Hey, you guys like rock boxes? We're gonna put one on that. Job is pretty simple. We're gonna take off the outside layers of the front suitcase weight on Grant's 8320R. Underneath this rock box is an outside, what looks to be a weight. Oh, shimmy. And there's that. And here is that plate I was talking about. When it looks on the pictures. Set that bad boy on there, and the holes line up. Now on to getting these. There you go. There you go. There you go. I'm gonna take a wild guess that's right about on. Hopefully my carpenter eye doesn't fail me. Right?
A lot of times I'm sure we'll set like a clevis in here and toss a rope. You know what I mean? Like this will hold tools while you're in the field.
Oh, look who just got here when all the work's done. Here comes Grant. Spencer's really just getting the last of the bolts tightened down for the rock boxes. Now we're gonna put those wheel weights. Spencer's gonna be real nice and careful. It's not really cold out. It's like probably mid 40s right now, maybe even lower 50s. It's supposed to be like 63 today, 73 tomorrow. It's gonna be beautiful for this. This one sounds cool in case you're wondering.
Good. Right buckle the slider.
Get it whichever direction it rotates best. There you go.
Gotcha. Don't drop it on your toes. It's gonna be... You got it?
There you have it. Rock box with a extension of weight on the rear hub. It always amazes me how much Mother Nature foils our plans whenever I try to come out here and help. I spent most of the morning with a die grinder trying to get this pin to be able to go through. Now, the thread's clear, but the actual pin doesn't, and the grinder that we're using, well, it's gonna take forever to do that. So Spencer's just gonna shave down the inside of the pin, so that way we can slide this all the way through, and then we can have the loop with the yankum rope go underneath the frame, and this thing can, you know, be pulled through the ground. By the looks of it, even though it's supposed to be 60 something today and 70 something tomorrow, it's not going to be dry enough to do any of the tile work. So besides having a back weight on the rear tire and the rock box up front, apparently I'm going to dink with one of the hydraulic like switches for the remotes on the center console. Other than that, I really am not sure what else I can do here until tomorrow. So we'll see you guys then. As stated yesterday, we are not going to be able to use that thing in the field because that stuff is too mucky. What I am going to say is that if you guys want to watch more of the process on Grant's farm, stick around on the Squad Farms version. But if you want to travel with me all the way over to Illinois, where we're going to be doing stuff with Andy and the little trade show, be sure to head over to my Bucked Up channel. If you guys like content like this, where I go out every now and then and travel the world, aka just the Midwest, then be sure to head down below, smash that like button, consider subscribing. I will hopefully be doing plenty of stuff with these guys in the months to come, as well as Andy and the crew. But until then, let's get into today's projects. Now Spencer had to run off and get a hydraulic line made for the planter, but I have been working on this clevis for the last day now, and we finally got the hole technically die grinded out, and then we used an angle grinder with a like sanding disc on it, and we shaved down the inside part of the pin. Structurally, we did nothing to this. We took off literally no material compared to what it could have been, but if you just do a little bit of wiggle room, you got to find the right spot to get the head part of the threads through. There you go. Now it spins freely. Our threads come out just fine on the one side and that on the other, and we're not damaging the threads at all. There we go. Let's go take a look at the planter. This is the hydraulic line that they are going to get replaced. It hooks up right yonder and hooks right up to this doohickey. Don't ask me what any of this does. All I know is that it makes the wheels go up, down, and those things go out, out, and in. And maybe something else. But this spring, the other day, we had to take this over to their buddy who's got the old shop they did the combine work at. And we had to torch this to bend it back out because it was like bowed in. And that will go right yonder. Other than doing general prep and maintenance work, we're going to be doing the best we can to play with the cards that we have been dealt. I don't really know what else to do. I kind of just got left here. I'm unsupervised. You okay? You alright, buddy? I could, however, drive this away. I won't. But luckily, it doesn't look like we're going to have too much wind today, so I'm not going to need to find a place to hide out. That'll be a different story for later in the week when we got 40 to 50 mile an hour wind gusts and some random storm pattern that's supposed to get possible tornadoes. Yes. While we're at it, this thing hasn't started in a while, or at least it hasn't started yet. Let's get this thing going. Oh, that's right. This one's a key. Spence's is a push to start. That wasn't hard.
That's what she said.
Ford stocks probably. Yeah, it's right there.
There's a beauty of it. There's a pilot station.
They say they use sugar.
Yes, that is the good stuff.
How do you know it's good?
It's the forbidden honey.
We're gotta wait for a air filter and then to the fuel filters, because the fuel filters were actually incorrect for our model. But Spencer is going to bring the 8110 in, which I know you guys can't see that beautiful light. But AKA, there's a tractor out there hooked up to a planter, and it's gonna sit right here. Might be able to slide it up to the axle. Now the part that we're talking about is this outside hydraulic switch. See this right here? Yeah, that's not supposed to do that. But here's the issue, is that the part I see in this bag looks like it just clips in on the bottom. And that does not look like the part that's broken on this. There's a housing that it sits in that's disconnecting. So my fear is that there is something that holds in that housing clip that actually broke. I've already taken off all of the fittings, so let's see if I can see what's going on here. Huh. Here's the switch. Here's the real question, is what does the rest of this look like? And there goes my hat. I'll have to get underneath this thing to actually see what's going on here. Whoa. Oh, okay. So, right, if you can see this, right there, there's supposed to be a screw. And there's no screw holding that in. Hey, Grant! It's a screw.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a screw that holds the little thing in. You know where you could take it from, because it looks like the same? Your center console thing. So if I take the screw from this, it looks as though it's the exact same. You see what I mean? That should do it. Let's head up top. Oh yeah, that's good. So this is now all put back together. I did not have the screw to, do that, because that's what's holding this in, but that's all bolted down. This is all bolted down. And I did replace that. What are we doing?
Just adjusting the tension here on these wheels. We want it rubbing against here, but we don't want it to where it's like
Nothing.
Really tight and it just stays up there pretty much. So it seems like after I do like 50 acres that these always just come loose. So I don't know, is there really any point to adjusting these? There is. It's just like I always forget to adjust these all the time. So we're just adjusting them, making sure they're perfect here. And
let's say, when are you going to put that spring back on over here?
Yeah, I need to put that on also. Good thing.
Yep.
So we just want a 2-inch gap where they're touching together, and if it's too wide, we don't want that. If it's too small, we don't want that either. We start getting a lot of dirt in the trench, which we don't want. We want the closing wheels to push all the dirt back in. So
Nope, makes
just
sense.
making sure she's solid.
In the quickest change of events, because we've been figuring this out as the days go by, we're going to hightail it back to Spencer's place, and I'm going to drive all the way to Dixon, Illinois tonight, because as you guys are watching this, this is the March 14th squall thingy that apparently is going to stretch all the way down from Louisiana up to Minnesota. The storms, the hail, and I got to help Andy with the detailing of an 8R stuff, the ceramic coating. So I'm going to drive out there tonight, 3.5 hours, stay with Andy and Dixon, get the tractor stuff done in the morning, and then to try and beat the system that's coming to Iowa before it goes and swamps Illinois before Sublette show, I'm going to hightail it 3.5 hours back and stay at Spencer's that night, and then drive the 3.5 hours back out in the morning early. It's going to be a lot of road miles. But hey, you got to do what you got to do, especially if you want to keep your car nice. Oh, you thought we were done? No, 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 on the contraire. Grant's getting the globe on. Spencer's are currently going to get a mini excavator so we can dig start holes, but we are going to be pulling laterals today and tomorrow, and it is going to be boom, 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 boom. It's going to be non-stop. It's going to take a little bit to get started. I don't know exactly when we'll get the footage for that, but I've already greased the skid steer, we've already greased the plow, cleaned the back windows of the tractors, got stuff just spiffied up, and we're just kind of getting ready to go. If you guys are wondering where I got the hat, Grant actually just launched squad merch on Farm Focus. We're all gonna like start working with these guys. Come here, you. Oh.
When tomorrow on the morning kickstart, the top kicks.
We can't have that. That's copyrighted. Well, that was anticlimactic. I got the Yankum rope set up. The sun is just horrible, like I was driving home last night. Grant's setting up the bait station, which for those that do not know, a bait station is really just the computer that tells this thing where it's at in the field and where these things are supposed to be laid. I really hope the wind's not that bad today, otherwise this is gonna suck for audio. Okay, on to greater and better things. Maybe. I get why Grant bought this tractor with the power shift because it's like the more favorable of the transmissions, but I still prefer the Synchro. I like the Synchro. Ben Van Rockel, I swear you are etched in my memory. Don't F up the table. We got that spool off, let's aim for that one. Then I gotta grab the wheel from the back and put it on top of the cart. This is why it's important to sometimes have that table. You see the gap on the bottom? It makes it easier so you can see where the pipe part's at. I can't see that, so I'm guesstimating. I think I can put the stick in the hole.
That's what she said.
I might not have a GoPro after this, but we're gonna see if we can get a shot for you guys. Cool. Those are the connectors. These are the 4-inch ones, so when I run out of a spool in the middle of the run, that's what I use. And there's the 4-inch caps. So that'll work. I don't need them all, but I'm gonna grab probably close to 10 or 12. I'll need more of the caps than anything, because how many runs we'll do will depend on how many times I gotta do this. We got the first pass, like this little scratch here. That's not the one we're going. We're going with the one that's like sitting curved, because Spencer's already got 1, 2, 3, and I think he's working on the 4th outlet. He's prepping, I'm sitting, and he's digging. Let's get moving. There it goes. I'm trying to hold it down because this spool's not spinning very fast. I'm listening for the radio in case something goes wrong. Say about a tractor and a half away from the run, and I might just wait for him to get up here before I cut it off. I'll radio in on that. And hit the brake. I don't know what I did, but all I know is that is Grant in the Honda, so we did something. I was just waiting for you guys when you got up here so we know where to cut it.
We're stopping these couple here because then we're gonna run laterals like up around this curve, so we might screw this first one up a little bit. It's fine.
Live demonstration, just like a rodeo. to hold that with my mouth. That sucked. There you go. Oh man, he's got some mud on the tires. Woo! I wouldn't necessarily say it's a problem, but he ended up actually getting stuck. Gotta get the yankum rope out. Help is on the way. I presume my job is to hold that thing and watch him go, which is great because I didn't get to watch him start, so now I get to watch him dig him out. She is a tuggin'. That is some wet dirt. Well, they trusted me enough that I am now the one that is in charge of yanking Grant with the tractor. We just went over that little crest of the ridge, and quite frankly, it had some tree roots in it. We were both spinning, but it's getting done now. I'm on the phone with Grant. I just put my mic on mute so he wouldn't hear me. Pretty good pass, pretty good pass. I wouldn't say I did half bad. No, I just gotta get him untied.
That was the hardest pull out of all of them.
That'd hurt to get your finger caught in. Got it? Yep, I'm starting to slide. Just a little bit. Well, I'll get over to the right as much as it'll let me. Oh, hello. There's some tree roots. Eat, baby, eat. Got a little bit of a predicament. When I say spinning, I mean spinning. We could be on a rock, we could be on some tree roots. Who knows? I don't know how we're gonna do this. Whether we have to do something where they back up, which I don't think that's really possible because of the pipe in the ground. They'll think of something. They always do. And if they don't, well, we're all in the same boat. I think a brand new 8R will. Hey, Bryce. Hey, we did a ceramic coating on the hood of one of those. Come on, baby. Eat, baby, eat. I apologize, I didn't catch very much more of that new 8R tugging Grant's 8R, but my camera battery was like 2% when I was doing that pull, and I didn't really have a way to charge it. But I just ran to town, I got us a little bit of snacks. It's about 4:50 in the afternoon. But just got a couple things to hold us over for a little bit. Went to Casey's, get ourselves a little bit of grub on our stomachs, and then we'll kind of go and decide what we're gonna do from there. Wind's kind of starting to settle down. Spencer's still over yonder getting the holes made. And there is Grant.
The nice weather makes a big difference.
It really does, doesn't it?
It's 70 and it starts to dry out.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, tomorrow.
Say what's
pull through any.
I say what's tomorrow supposed to be again?
Hook on to that and mess with full cert on that. Not
Ah.
as steep. And shorter runs, not as many runs.
Keep going. You're good. You're good. You're good. And stop. Don't worry, Captain. We'll buff out those scratches. There is our main, and there is the main event. Now, what Grant was telling me is he wants me to ride just a little bit further to the left. I kind of was putting this back tire right on that scratch line. And he doesn't want that because otherwise if you get it a little too close, the tire will rub on the pipe. We don't want that. Now how much is left of this thing is going to determine whether or not we're able to get all the way to the end. These are long passes. Oh no, not the sun. That's nice that we made it to the end. How the heck am I supposed to reach that? Oh wait, I know. And I missed. Spencer's just now getting the start holes ready for the northeast runs. I think the ones that are on the hillside. Can't really see that probably, but I can see it clear as day. And then Grant is either surveying or he's scratching new lines for the east side of the field. Regardless, I'm driving this again. Huzzah! Well, I had a mild little heart attack there for a second. I went to go get out and check the run to see how long Grant needed stuff, and I went to check my pocket. My camera wasn't in my pocket, wasn't on the floor of the tractor. I could have sworn Grant just ran over it when we pulled back. So Spencer found it. It fell back by the trench. Anyways, we got a line laid. Now I got to string out the next one. I still have a camera. We get to have a show. We are really making progress now. That last run we never did end up going all the way down because Grant found out you need to pull the blade like 7 feet in the ground. And that ain't happening with that and even the help of the 8110. So we're just gonna keep on keeping on. I think that'll probably about do it for us today because it's really gonna be the same stuff over and over again. They're gonna do all the connections once I have to leave. So be sure to check out the rest of the channel up in the top right hand corner of your screen. Other than that, remember to keep it light, keep it loose, keep it fresh, and most importantly, keep it fun. Squad Farms out. Peace.